I'm Jen. That's Christian. We met travelling in South America, moved to Australia, and then after the pandemic hit, we realised, why put off our dreams? So we bought a boat. This is Phoenix. We've taken a year off to go on an adventure. Join us as we set sail from Sydney and head up the east coast of Australia. Today's the day. We're going to set sail. We're leaving the boatworks. Bye boatworks, finally. We're going to head up the river and go towards Moreton Bay. There are two main routes to get up to Moreton Bay. The main channel, which is dredged in parts and is marginally deeper, but you still need to time the tides, or the Canaper Passage, which is more direct, shorter, and more scenic. But it is way too shallow for us at low tide, so timing the tides to avoid going aground is crucial. We have gone aground. First time aground. How do you feel?
Shit. We're not moving, we're stuck in the mud.
We're trying to reverse, but it's not working. We're going to have to wait for high tide to lift us.
Hopefully it's going to come in a little bit more. If not, we're properly stuck. You want to put the dinghy down, maybe I can try and pull you.
We're trying to work out how to get free.
Nothing?
Not working.
I'm not even tilting the boat at all.
Okay, let's put the engine on then.
Ow! My balls!
We should have another half an hour before it's at high tide, so it might just lift us off, but we haven't got long to figure it out because it'll start dropping after that and then we'll be really stuck. What we're trying to do here is careen the boat over by pulling the halyard from the top of the mast, tilting the boat, and therefore lifting the keel out of the mud. We're off. We're at 2 meters now.
So it turns out Canaper Passage is way too shallow for us, so we're going back to the main channel. I look like my parrot.
We've just come ashore at Jumping Pin. After grounding the boat, we decided to move away from that super shallow area, and we've come to a stretch of water that separates South Stradbroke Island and North Stradbroke Island. And apparently some ship, which I'll find out the name too, went aground and they chucked all their dynamite off onto the beach and blew it up, and that caused such a big hole that when there was another big storm, the water broke through and actually separated the island into North Stradbroke and South Stradbroke, which is quite interesting. Anyway, so now we're going on a little adventure. It looks like the other side of this kind of bush area is the beach, and we're just having a little explore through some Australian bush. And as you can see through the tree, the male species is marking his territory here in the bush. We have just got to this. The water comes in here and makes a bit of a lagoon. We're going to go to the sand dunes behind us and go and have a look what it looks like the other side. We are staying here for the next couple of days.
It's just us.
Yeah.
No one else is here, so this is epic.
Got the beach to ourselves. I was actually so lucky we went aground because we'd have missed this completely. Found these amazing dunes. I want to go and get Christian's surfboard and take the fins off and go down one of them, but he doesn't like that idea. Might have to try and find something else.
Ouch.
What is it?
That's a dead wallaby. I just stepped on a dead wallaby.
Look at that. Sand dunes for as far as you can see. We're in the middle of them.
Yeah.
Oh wow. It's just gorgeous, isn't it?
It's epic.
Where are we?
We are in South Stradbroke Island. This is a place called Tiplers Passage, which is a really sweet anchorage.
So we came to Tiplers because we know that there's a huge southeasterly wind coming through. Also there's heaps of wallabies and hikes, and the other side there's a surf beach, so there's loads to do. So if we have to be stuck somewhere, we thought this is quite a good spot to be stuck.
We came to the surf beach. It's a bit small, but it looks very inviting at the moment. Just seeing that clear water. We've got the beach to ourselves and we have just set up camp.
Eagle wants the drone.
Nearly got the drone.
Sorry, Emma. We've just got two little photo bombers. How cute are they? And their little sit. By this point, Bella had been on the boat without touching land for quite a few days, so we wanted to let her stretch her legs, but she can't go ashore on a national park, which South Stradbroke Island is. We found out that there's a place called Dog Island, which basically is a bit of muddy sand that dries at low tide. So we decided to take her there, and she went crazy. Getting the boat ready for a big storm that's coming. We should have some pretty strong winds up to about 30 knots. Getting a spare anchor out. It's already starting to pick up and it's meant to get a lot worse this week, so we're just getting ready.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Important jobs getting done today. While we're getting all set for the storm that's on its way, I'm charging up all the things because we're expecting to have quite cloudy, rainy weather, which is no good for the solar panels. While we've still got a tiny bit of sun, I'm just charging up everything, and I'm cooking because I just want to get like a batch load of cooking done because we might need to turn off the fridge to preserve some power if we don't get enough solar. So just getting everything ready while Christian tries to sort out the nav lights on the front. And we just keep checking that we haven't dragged anchor already. It's getting a bit scary. What's that?
The anchor.
Have we dragged?
No, it's just that we just like border limit with the GPS. I'll probably put 16 meters. So we're about to get hit by a very harsh weather. The bridle that we have doesn't go through the fair leads, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a butterfly knot and attach another rope so we can clip it to both cleats and it goes through the fair leads. The snowboard is the metal bit that clips onto the chain, so the pressure is on the cleat and not on the windlass. The windlass is that device that drops the chain and brings the chain up. An easy way to do a butterfly knot is to do 3 loops. Middle loop, you pull it like that, get the other one through, and that's your butterfly knot. That means you can pull from 3 places, and it's a strong knot. We're gonna do the same on the back. 1, 2 separate, then 1 through the middle. Give that one a little bit of slack. Get the one on the furthest right, pass it under these 2. Pull, and that's your butterfly. It's been 2 days since the storm hit us, and we haven't got off the boat since. So today I decided to come to the island and cross the island all the way to the beach. I'm going to check the sea conditions and see how much the sea has changed in the last 2 days, and hopefully this weather is going to clear up soon so we can make our way up to Double Island. I've made it to the beach, or the spot where we were a couple of days ago, and the whole beach has completely disappeared. Like, it's currently low tide and the beach is gone.
We've been watching a film and we looked out and we saw that the boat that's another Bavaria similar to ours was moving, and it looked like it was the other side of the red marker. Christian went over in the dinghy and I just called the cafe, and looks like Christian's going back to the boat. Right, the rescuer returns. What happened?
So, got a dinghy, went to the boat. When I got to the boat was really alarming and it was tipped to the side. They were definitely in the shallows. I didn't want to get on the boat, so I went straight to the place where I knew they were. Got there, said, hey, are you guys on this boat? They stood up and I took one of the guys immediately to our dinghy, went all the way across, and then he realized that they were in deep trouble because it wasn't very deep actually. It was very shallow, so he put the anchor up, and as soon as he put the anchor up, because the keel was on the mud, a gust of wind tipped them to the side and he reversed and was able to get out. But they were very lucky it was high tide and not low tide, and they were able to get out because it was about to get dark. And we've been invited for lunch and we're very, very happy about that.
Well, we set off early this morning and we've ended up here at Jacob's Well. The good thing about leaving this morning was that there were some really shallow bits, so we managed to get through those, and we've still got a high tide this afternoon, so we can cross over the other shallow bits to get further up the river. And so today we're just gonna jump ashore, go and see what Jacob's Well's all about, and yeah, stretch our legs. So we made it ashore. Turns out there's not a huge amount to see in Jacob's Well. The main attraction is the boat ramp. So we haven't locked the dinghy, so we're not walking too far away from it.
Seatbelts on.
We're just back from Jacob's Well. It's a bit there was a guy drinking a can of 4X at 9:30 in the morning, and there was a Hells Angel bikie who was keeping a really close eye on us. So we didn't stay for very long, threw a stick for Bella, and then decided to get back on the boat. From Jacob's Well, we made our way up to Raby Bay, and we managed to lose a tiny little screw off the furler. So Christian went down to go and see if he could find it. The water was cold and the visibility was not great.
It's really hard to see. And it's bloody cold, it's freezing. Should have worn the cressy. Ready to go and bite?
Yeah?
I'm concerned it's a bit sharky here.
Yeah?
The visibility is not great.
Yeah, okay.
I don't want to risk it. It's really hard to see.
Well, the marina just called. They've got a berth for us, so we can go straight in. Have a hot shower. So it's gonna... From here to Double Island Point is 20 hours if we're going at 5 knots. So we've decided to split it in 2. So we're going to do like 6 hours today, then we're going to get up at about 3 a.m. tomorrow. We're going to set off in the dark from Moreton Island and Moreton Bay. And then we're going to head up to Double Island Point to try and arrive before sunset or just after sunset, because there's meant to be some really strong winds coming in the evening. So we want to have our anchor down and be nice and safe before that happens.
It's quite nice not to be helming actually.
So nice. Almost don't know what to do with ourselves. Christian's been standing at the helm checking the auto helm the whole time. Can't relax, can you? With Ed on. Have to trust Ed. We named the autopilot after our mate Ed, who's a legend on the helm.
This is a big shipping channel, so we need to keep our eyes peeled just in case we're in collision course with someone, especially at this time, like sunset time.
It's just lovely to be sailing again. We haven't been sailing since we broke the head sail in Port Macquarie, which is probably about 7 weeks ago at this point. So it's so nice to have the wind in our ears and be sailing again.
So we're now 20 minutes away from Deception Bay. Right now we've got the mainsail and the head sail up. We've got a really nice angle heading towards Deception Bay.
If you're enjoying following our journey, hit the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up.